2001, there was one of the biggest earthquakes in El Salvador. As we left the dentist's office, we started to call my whole family, but most of them didn't answer, so we drove by my grandma's house to see if everything was okay, and there was the landslide, and there was dirt cover everything. So my dad got out of the car, he told me to stay inside, and my dad started walking towards the house, and he couldn't really find it because it was covered in dirt. So he started digging and digging. He came back because he couldn't do it by himself, so he came back and told me he was going to drop me off at my grandparents' house, and he was going to go pick up my grandpa and my uncles for him to help him. My dad called me and said that he's not going to be home for a while. So 3 days later, my dad found my grandma, my cousins, and my uncle, and they were all dead. I was in shock. It made me feel really sad. I didn't really know what to do. Like, I couldn't even cry right away until the funeral. So my dad said right away that we had to move to a different country. The earthquake was the reason why we decided to move to America. My dad came to Maryland a month before we decided to move. He came to look for a house and for a job. At that time, my dad was working for the DC airport. So then 9/11 happened. So then he lost his job, and my dad started looking for a job in other areas. So he found one in Peoria, Illinois, to work for Caterpillar. So then they transfer us to Peoria, and that's how we came. My dad was in IT, so he did networking and programming there, but he got a better job at Maui Gym. My dad, while working at Caterpillar, fixed computers that allowed engineers to create construction equipment that, if El Salvador had at the time of the landslide, could potentially save my family's lives. The lesson learned was to never give up and keep fighting.